You're watching CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ross Palumbo. Here's a look at your top stories at this hour. That storm has wreaked havoc on some parts of the Southland, and unfortunately, it's not over yet. Let's get right over to KCAL meteorologist Olga Ospina, who's tracking the latest condition and will tell us what's ahead in our next weather forecast. Olga.
Hi, Ross. And yes, we are still seeing some pockets of heavy rain. However, the good news is I am seeing some improvement. Parts of LA County where we're seeing some of that heavier rain, it's starting to turn a little bit more moderate now. However, look at this. We are seeing some convection to our north. We're seeing some lightning strikes as well. Want to get a closer look at what is happening here for us locally. So parts of LA, we were seeing some very heavy rain from Santa Monica into parts of LA, and we're looking at a more moderate rain at the moment. Still some pockets again of more of that heavy rain out through parts of Orange County. As we head into the Antelope Valley, we are still seeing some moderate to heavy rain, and that has been the case for quite a while. So we're just seeing really a lot of those rain cells not moving through quickly, causing a lot of problems. Heavy rain still continues, as well as heavy snow up in the mountains from Wrightwood into places like Big Bear Lake. So let me show you futurecast what to expect as we head into this evening. Still some problems, but for that evening commute, mostly impacted will be parts of the Inland Empire as we head into tonight. Mostly that moderate rain. We're still seeing, though, a lot of that heavy rain still sitting just offshore. And as that cell continues to move up to the south, we'll still see some heavy showers as we head into the overnight hours. For your Tuesday morning commute, not too bad, at least compared to what we've been experiencing these last several days. It's going to be more light to moderate rain for Tuesday, and then some pockets of heavy rain still moving in as we head into late morning, and then continuing to become a little bit more isolated in nature as we head into late morning and into the afternoon. But we're not out of the woods yet. We'll still continue seeing some pockets of heavy rain moving in even as we head into Tuesday night. So want to show you some of our two-day rain totals. Look at these numbers. I mean, really incredible. More than 10 inches for places like Topanga, Bel Air, Woodland Hills. We're looking at almost 8 inches of rain for Agora Hills. Pasadena, nearly 5 1/3, and Rialto out in the Inland Empire, nearly 5 inches of rain so far, and more rain, of course, continues to fall. So just how much more rain could we get? Here's our futurecast rainfall. We'll take it all the way through Wednesday night, and we're looking at still 1, 2, 3 inches of rain for a lot of areas, and even upwards of that if you are in the mountains and in the foothills. So flood watch is in place really for all of us. And then the more dangerous flash flood warning, that is going to be for Eastern Ventura County as well as LA County, Santa Monica Mountains, places like Woodland Hills into Pasadena, Thousand Oaks being impacted by this as they have already seen a lot of rain. Again, Woodland Hills at more than 10 inches, and we continue to see some heavy downpours there. So we're looking at potentially mudslides and very dangerous conditions, debris flow as well. That flood threat, the highest today for LA into Orange County as well as the Inland Empire, and then continuing to diminish as we head into the coming days. Yesterday and today, again, were the worst of it. But we're still looking at quite the dangers, especially as we head into Tuesday night and into Wednesday with snow levels dropping. Places like the Grapevine could be seeing some delays and closures. And look at all this rain with just this one storm. Up in the mountains, we have that winter storm warning bringing us the threat of very dangerous driving conditions. 2 to 4 feet of snow is what we're looking at. And of course, those really cool temperatures, upper 50s and 60s. But look at the weekend. Things are improving as we head into late in the week. Finally, Ross.
Well, Olga, you said it. At least perhaps the worst is over. Still a few days to go, though. We know you're on it. We'll get right back to you throughout the afternoon. Meanwhile, some parts of Orange County are now under evacuation orders. KCAL's Michelle Geely is in Silverado Canyon with the very latest.
I'm up in Silverado Canyon right now, walking across a bridge over Silverado Creek, and you can see how strong the current is moving here down the creek. There is a voluntary evacuation that was put in place last night around 7 o'clock for this canyon, Silverado Canyon, as well as Williams, Majeska, and Trabuco Canyons. Typically, the people in the canyons stay inside their homes, however, and wait things out. We really haven't seen any problems up here. This as of, say, around 11 o'clock this morning. The freeways seem lighter than normal. People seem to be heeding kind of the warning to stay home if you can. I got off the phone with the Orange County Fire Authority, and they shared that a really large tree went down in San Clemente into a canyon, luckily not hitting any homes. It did take out a power line, San Diego Gas and Electric handling that. You know, we've had steady rain throughout Orange County since yesterday, and I've been monitoring things, and so far haven't heard or seen any major issues. So we're definitely hoping that it'll stay that way, but we know from weather forecasts that we're going to continue to see rain throughout the day and perhaps into tomorrow. So we're definitely keeping an eye on it.
All right, thanks a lot, Michelle. Major damage in Beverly Crest as well after mudslides there knocked down a house, took it right off its foundation. KCAL's Jasmine Veal has a look now at that destruction.
We are here on North Beverly Drive, right where the street now is blocked off as fire crews are here. They've been assisting in some evacuations because you can see why this massive debris flow that came down off the hillside, burying some of the cars that were parked here on Beverly Drive right above Sunset near Franklin Canyon Park. You can see how hilly this area is. Residents are outside with their umbrellas trying to figure out if they also need to leave. But we heard at least 5 homes damaged. You have 10 people displaced. Again, LA City Fire assisting with those evacuations, but these are narrow roads. It is difficult to get up here. No reception for cell phones as people are waking up to find that this had happened shortly after 8 o'clock Monday morning. And you can see the crews that are still here. We spoke to one woman who came out concerned about her house. Take a listen.
Scary. I mean, we live kind of in a fire hazard area, so we're concerned about whenever there's a fire and we hear sirens, we're always concerned. So this morning, of course, my son is home from school. His school, he's not in LAUSD, he's in high school, but his school did cancel. They're out in Santa Monica, and I guess a lot of people can't get to work. They don't know where people live, so he's working from home. We still have power, we have internet, but we're, 2 houses from this.
And here, another person familiar with this neighborhood, Barbara Fain, you hike up here. I mean, you see this, what's your reaction?
It's shocking because I've been here my whole life pretty much, and it's never seen this. This is a shared driveway. Did you see the houses? There's a big multi-million-dollar house going in up to the left where that slide is. And there's 3 other homes up that shared driveway. And we all in the neighborhood, we walk every morning up to the hiking trails in Franklin Canyon, but never seen this.
Well, apparently Jessica Alba had lived up here. She had a home up here.
Right where I'm saying up that shared driveway up on the right. But
so are those homes all hit by this debris flow?
I can't even walk up there. I was shocked to read it this morning on the news alert, but it's crazy up there.
It's crazy. Neighbors say they haven't seen this in 23 years.
23. Mark, the man I live with, has been here 40 plus years. We've never seen it. I was born and raised up in around here and never seen this up here. Yeah. Because we have to, when you buy and sell up here, you have to build these walls that are hundreds of thousands of dollars behind your homes. Right. So that helps the debris and the water flow flow in a different direction.
But obviously it didn't work.
That house is under construction. You need to get a picture of that house. It's huge.
Which is now hit by this debris flow.
I can't tell where it's coming from. You guys will probably do better climbing up there.
Cars. Okay.
Crazy.
It is crazy. Thank you so much. So here on Beverly Drive, again, people just trying to figure out exactly what happened and how bad the damage is. And you can see again where this debris flow has just come down, covering the street. We're talking feet of mud. Someone tried to walk through it and they sank all the way up to their waistline and they could not get out. Here in Beverly Crest, Jasmine Veal, KCAL News.
All right, thanks a lot, Jasmine. We will have much more from Jasmine and Michelle Geely coming up within the hour at 4 p.m. LA Mayor Karen Bass has signed an emergency declaration of free of resources to help the city's overall response.
Our message to Angelenos is vital now more than ever. Stay safe and off the roads. Only leave your house if it is absolutely necessary.
Meanwhile, LA City Fire Chief Kristen Crowley says her team has already responded to more than 130 flood events, including 49 mud and debris flows, half a dozen fires, and several swift water rescues. And LAUSD Superintendent Alberto Carvalho says in the storm, only 63% of students actually showed up to class today. 90% of teachers did make it in. Stay with CBS News Los Angeles for the very latest on all of this ongoing storm event. A new health challenge for the royal family at this hour. Buckingham Palace says King Charles has been diagnosed with a form of cancer and has already started treatment. KCAL's Ian Lee is live in London right now with the very latest on this developing story. And Ian, we only got this news about 5 hours ago here stateside. When did it come out in London and what was the reaction there?
Oh, hi, Ross. Yeah, that announcement came out about 6 p.m. local time. The palace saying the king decided to make this announcement to prevent any sort of speculation, also wanting to help the public better understand cancer around the world. Buckingham Palace is not revealing what kind of cancer King Charles has, but in a statement said the cancer is not related to the monarch's recent treatment for a benign prostate condition. The palace said during that treatment, a separate issue of concern was noted, and diagnostic tests revealed a form of cancer. The statement went on to say the 75-year-old king has started treatment, during which time he has been advised by doctors to postpone public-facing duties.
I don't know the exact details why they would say he will have no public facing. I think in most cases, it's so he can use all of his energy to fight this cancer. Cancer is a war, and the war can have a very good outcome, but it is a war.
The palace says King Charles will continue with state business and official paperwork as usual. This is the latest in a string of health issues facing the royal family. Last month, Kate, the Princess of Wales, spent 2 weeks in the hospital following abdominal surgery for an undisclosed but non-cancerous condition. It comes at a time when there are fewer working royals, following Prince Andrew's scandal and Prince Harry's rift with the family.
This is unprecedented in the 1,000-year history of the royal family to have so many important key figures of the royal family out of action at the same time.
The palace says King Charles remains positive about his treatment and looks forward to returning to full public duty as soon as possible. There's a lot of goodwill from the public right now. We've also heard from different members of the government expressing hope that the king gets over this quickly. The king informed these members of his family, where it's understood privately, to tell them about his cancer diagnosis, including his sons Prince William and Prince Harry, who will be traveling back to the UK in the coming days. Ross?
You know, Ian, I know you have been telling us that the palace is saying that the king will continue on as head of state, but is there any talk yet of counselors of state being appointed at any time? Is anyone urging him to take a lesser role to battle this cancer?
Right now, it doesn't look like that is necessarily going to be the case. We know these counselors include his wife, the Queen, as well as Prince William and his two siblings, except for Prince Andrew, who and Prince Harry both have been taken off from that role. But it seems like right now the palace is saying it's business as usual when it comes to the workings of the government. The king is going to step back from any public events, but they are somewhat downplaying this diagnosis. It does seem from talking to some experts that if this cancer, they caught it early, and that they are optimistic, and the king is optimistic that this treatment will work and he'll be back in action in full speed in no time at all.
All right, Ian, any change, of course, you'll get it right out to us. Ian Lee, live in London. Thank you. And this has been The Rundown. Thanks for joining us. We will be back live within the hour at 4 o'clock right here on CBS News Los Angeles.